you miss me? I know that when I went live before, I had to cut it a bit short, so I wanted to come back on here. I meant to come on here actually earlier to follow up with that other video because I do want to talk about a couple topics today, but make sure everybody tunes in. I'm out running errands a little later than usual, you guys, so don't mind me, but I just wanted to take you guys with me. Happy Sunday, Sunday. And you guys, like normal, please feel free to leave how you guys feel, your mental health check-in on a scale of 1 to 10. You guys have to let me know how you feel. Me, I'm about an 8. I went to the dentist, and the people that were cleaning my teeth, that was a sanitary experience. But everyone at that dentistry, they were all under the weather, and I'm like, bro, like, really? I'm like, you should have stayed home if you're not feeling well. But overall, I'm an 8. So that's good. You guys have to let me know how you guys feel. But basically, I wanted to follow up on that video that I did where we were talking about, not feeling guilty for being in another relationship or, moving on after you've dealt with the abuse by the narcissist. And we were also talking about narcissistic parents. We were talking about narcissistic fathers and how narcissistic fathers are controlling, and they can definitely be manipulative and things like that. But, because that was Father's Day last week. But, you guys, I just wanted to touch on Mean Girls. Has anybody ever dealt with mean girls before? Have you been a mean girl, or have you known a mean girl before? You guys have to tell me. I am not a mean girl. Have I been around mean girls? Yes. And that's actually going to be something that we are going to talk about in another video, but that's actually going to be a part of a project that I'm working on that does talk actually about mean girls and how to, spot mean girls and why they are the way they are. But I just thought that was interesting topic because, I posted it on my video before. Hop on in the room, y'all. Come in the room and y'all tell me what y'all think about the topic that I posted right now. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel? Does anybody in this room feel addicted to the narcissist? Tell me, you guys. Do you feel addicted to the narcissist? Be honest, you guys. Tell me what you think. Thank y'all for the like. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. So I'm going to be drinking a lot of water, so you guys have to bear with me. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about the addiction that maybe some of us may have to our abusers, whether we know it or not. So some of us could be addicted to the narcissist, right? Some of us could be addicted to pain. Some of us could be addicted to the drama, right? Some of us could be addicted to the chaos. You know what I mean? Maybe the narcissist reminds you of your parent. Maybe the narcissist reminds you of how you were treated when you were growing up, kind of thing, right? I know for me, living with my aunt for 5 years, definitely was interesting. She was abusive, of course. Not actually physically. My auntie never put her hands on me, thank goodness. But my auntie was more of a covert narcissist. She was a somatic narcissist. So she was very much so passive aggressive, very like an adult bully, pretty much, kind of like a mean girl, basically. That's how my auntie was. She was very standoffish. I know that when a lot of people met her and I would bring people over, like my friends and my associates, people will always be like, your auntie doesn't like me. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? They're like, she doesn't like me. And I'm like, oh, you don't know her. But they was actually warning me because, there was something wasn't right. People that are not used to abuse, or people that they know healthy relationships, they know healthy dynamics, they know they may try to warn you and tell you, say, hey, something is not right. But because maybe you grew up in that type of environment, and then maybe you may not recognize it. But trust and believe, there are some people that are really trying to, help you. But then you have to be careful too, because you have some other people, is the intentions is different, right? So you have to be careful about that. So hi guys, how are you? What's up, everybody? Make sure you guys leave your mental health check on a scale of 1 to 10. Everybody in the room, tell me how you're feeling today. You're good on the scale of 1. So I'm an 8. What is everybody else? And where's everybody from? Tell me also, leave in the chat, what are you guys doing today? Any plans for Sunday? Any plans for the summer? Is anyone traveling over the summer? Any exciting plans? Anyone going to summer camp, summer school? I would love to know. I really like knowing and getting to know my subscribers. You guys are like family, right? The good ones, because I know that there's some people out there that are not good watching, but that's okay. But the good people, I know you watch, so let me know. So 8 out of 10, okay. Everybody else, how are you feeling today? And what makes you say you're an 8 out of 10, Fluttery? I'm an 8 too. I'm an 8 as well. But yeah, you guys, I was thinking about how a lot of us could be addicted to the narcissist and the abuse. And if you are addicted to the narcissist, if you are addicted to the abuse, it's no judgment or anything like that. The reason I bring this up is because some of you guys may be wondering, well, why can't I move on from the narcissist? Why am I still hurting? Why do I still feel pain? Why is it so hard for me to let the situation go? A lot of times we're actually addicted to that experience. We're addicted to the highs and the lows. We're addicted to the emotional roller coaster. We're addicted to the off and on again, the silent treatment, the talking and the no talking, the maybe the texting, and then also the ghosting. Some of us, we might be having that type of situation, that type of dynamic with a narcissist. And for some of you, you might like it, low key. You might actually like it. Maybe it keeps you entertained. You get what I'm saying? It gives you something to think about at night. You get what I'm saying? So just be mindful, okay, so what am I doing that's causing me to stay attached to the narcissist? Do I stalk their social media? Do I stalk their life? Or do I always talk about them constantly? Am I moving on with my life? Do I still hang out at places where the narcissist hung out? And things like that. So just be aware, do you still have a glimmer of hope? That kind of thing. Okay, so, it's a good day and hot. Okay. You're lagging? Okay, wait a minute. All right, we back? Are we back, y'all? We back. Okay, good. But yeah, so we are good here. But yes, the addiction to the narcissist, right? The addiction. Oh, it keeps pausing? Okay, so probably when the playback plays it back, it'll be fine. Is it good though now, Flutter? Is it better? I know sometimes my phone does that, so I think what I need to do is delete. I have a lot of pictures in my phone, you guys, and I have not deleted them. So I think I need to take a day where I do nothing but delete my photos, delete videos, everything, you guys, because that's probably gonna help. But yeah, so if we're back, that's good. So but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. Also, when it comes to narcissistic parents, be aware they will set up their children and anybody else that they have legal guardians over, they will set that person up to the point where they have high expectations for that person, and a lot of times the narcissist knows that that individual cannot deliver. So the narcissist likes to set people up to disappoint them, basically. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, they want to set you up because a lot of times the narcissist feels like a failure, especially the mother and the father too. But the mothers they do really good damage to their children. I honestly think that they are the worst out of the two, but both are pretty much the same in my opinion. But the narcissistic mothers do a lot of damage. But anyway, the narcissistic mothers will set their children up. They'll be like, oh, son or daughter, you need to do this with your life. You need to accomplish this. You need to do that. When meanwhile, the narcissist has not done it. The narcissists, they're not striving for that and things like that. And so, a lot of times they want to set you up so you get disappointed. A lot of times they want to set you up because they may want to plant a seed of doubt in your mind, so that way maybe you don't strive to do something like that in the future, or maybe you might doubt yourself, or maybe you won't believe in yourself or something like that in the future. So a lot of times the narcissist does stuff like that to their kids or their adult children, and things like that. So that's just something to be aware of and keep in mind. But yeah, they'll have high expectations. And I'm only saying this, you guys, because my auntie did this to me. My aunt would tell me like, oh, Joy, well, you need to go to college and you need to do this with your life. You need to do that with your life. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, she would have all of these high expectations for me and saying like, oh, you need to do this with your life, and saying like, oh, well, I told your grandmother that you were going to accomplish this, you were going to accomplish that. And she's like, oh, the reason why I'm acting this way is because I see you as a daughter, and she also told me the reason why she mistreated me was because she saw a lot of potential in me and she felt like she didn't live her life to the fullest. And so a lot of times narcissistic mothers or narcissistic aunties will see, like I said, their adult children or the people that they have legal guardian over, they see them as an extension of themselves. So however the narcissist is living, however the narcissist lifestyle is, that narcissist wants your lifestyle to be the same. And if you do not go along with the narcissistic mother, she will abandon you. She will make you like an outcast. She'll also neglect you, and she'll give you the silent treatment also, but she'll try to make you feel guilty so that you will succumb to her demands, basically. And she'll also try to bully you. She'll try to bully you as well. A lot of times she's already done a smear campaign against you. I know that my auntie did a smear campaign against me. So it is what it is. I even to this day, I haven't talked to my auntie in years. I don't really plan on talking to her. There's not really a point in me talking to her, but that just goes to show you that, you really can go no contact with a toxic individual and stay no contact, and that just lets you know that you really value yourself and you respect yourself. You respect your time, you respect your peace, and things like that. So that's just something to be aware of, you guys, when it comes to dealing with the narcissist. One second. But yeah, addictions. Yes, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I was addicted to the narcissist. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am not gonna lie. I felt like the addiction came in, regarding the love bombing aspect. The love bombing is addictive because, and you have to be very careful about this. This is why it's very important to do your inner healing, because let's say if you come from a family background where maybe your parents were always working, they were always busy, maybe they were always on the phone, or they were just always doing something, and maybe you never got enough attention, or no one ever like really got to know you, or no one ever spent time with you and things like that. When you meet a narcissist, you might find, or you might become addicted to whether it's their attention, You might become addicted to their compliments. You might get addicted to their reassurance. You might get addicted to their approval and things like that. And I'll be honest, I felt like, I was loved by my parents. I definitely know that I was loved. But, there's a difference in knowing you were loved and like spending time with your children, whether it's your younger kids or even your adult children. Adult children want to be seen too. Adult children need attention, and hopefully, either if they can go to therapy or they can go to some sort of coaching or counseling that can help them if they, deal with that type of thing, So, but long story short, you can become addicted to a narcissist if you have not done your inner work. And I'll be honest, you guys, like when I had met the narcissist, I had not done my inner work. I felt like I had to learn to do my inner work after I dealt with the abuse and after I went no contact. That's when I had to start my journey of going no contact, focusing on myself, learning to love myself, spending time alone, finding out, what was going on inside of me, to make me attract such an experience as what I did. You get me? And not like judging myself or blaming myself, but definitely being as compassionate as I can and protective of myself and really just kind of just being gentle with myself. You get what I'm saying? So I had to kind of like work through those things, and a lot of us do, and that's okay, but I just wanted to highlight that, overcoming addictions, and being honest, are we addicted to the abuse? Are we addicted to the back and forth? Are we addicted to the silent treatment and then, ghosting or whatever? Or are we addicted to arguing? Are we, addicted to being attached to someone, even if it's an unhealthy attachment, or just are we addicted to, time and feeling like, oh, I need to still have contact with this person, even though, they're toxic and even though they're mean to me or whatever, I still need to have an attachment. No, you don't. And I had to learn that firsthand, even if it came to family members, right? Not, we talked about Father's Day last week, and things like that. So I just wanted to reassure you guys, you deserve, and I'm going to keep telling you guys until you get it, you deserve to have good relationships. You deserve to have good friendships. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be acknowledged. Now, if you are doing evil out there in the world, this video is probably not the video for you. I'm only talking to the people that have pure intentions, good intentions. If you're out there, being controlling and trying to be manipulative and trying to get over on people, then you got a lot of work to do. And there's no judgment here, because I'm not perfect either. I'm never a judge. I only share with you guys what I've been through when it comes to dealing with the narcissist, right? But yeah, you guys, I wanted to follow up with the mean girl video and overcoming mean girls, you guys. So one of the biggest things that I just want to share with you guys is you have to remember, when it comes to dealing with mean girls, you got to remember that it's never about you. Mean girls are mean because maybe they got bullied, or maybe they felt like they were taken advantage of, and they feel like now they have to be mean. And when I tell you guys, I've ran into a lot of females this way. And to me, like I said, I don't get it, because it's not me, but you guys have to tell me what you think on this topic, because it's pretty common. Because not only, because I'm pretty sure you guys seen that Mean Girl movie, but it's so common, right? Because it's not just like a high school thing, but a lot of times it can happen in like college, it can happen in work environments, right? It can happen in church environments, club organizations, grief share groups, where it's like a mean girl environment. Also, the dynamic too, you guys have to tell me, where not all, but I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but sometimes women are more like open and welcoming towards men than women. It's like I'm seeing, and y'all have to tell me, because I want to I would like to see improvement. For me, I felt like I've kind of stopped, and this is not everybody. I've just been seeing, because I do have some good people that I could say that they're actually cool, even if it's the same sex, because I have opposite sex friends and I have same sex friends, but it's not a lot. But with women, I've seen in a certain environment that the women are catty and they're dramatic and they're petty, but when it comes to the men, they're all like lovey-dovey, super sweet, super kind. And I'm just like, well, what happened? Like, what happened to, like, you know, like uplift each other, building each other up? Like, I guess maybe I missed the memo. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's not everybody, but luckily, like I said, I can say that I have probably 1 or 2 or 3 people that I can say, oh, they are actually cool people, but they're the same sex as me, you know, like, but it's pretty rare, but you know, to each his own. It is what it is. But yeah, be mindful of mean girls, you know, be mindful of mean girls, you know, like, they're out there and they're mean. So, I mean, I guess, again, it's kind of the saying, if people show you who they are, believe them, you know. Like I said, I have something that I do want to share with you about an experience that I've dealt with being around mean girls for going on 2 years now, you know, and I have never changed who I am, which I'm very grateful, because I feel like that's the whole purpose of a mean girl, is to probably try to recruit you into being just like them. And I'm just proud that I did not allow that type of environment to change who I am at the core. And that was the other video we were talking about too, is not allowing situations to change you for the worse. So, and that's how you know that you're really healing, because, like, let's be honest, you guys, when you're dealing with narcissists, they want you to be like them. Why do you think they have minions? Think about it, you guys. Why does the narcissist have minions? Why do they have flying monkeys? Why do they have people in their harem? Why do they have a smear campaign against a person that they feel like they can't take you out, or they feel like they can't manipulate a situation or control the narrative? Why do they have to have a bunch of people against one person? Or why do they have to recruit people to do stuff for them if, you know, they're not trying to get people to be just like them? Think about it. You get me? So a lot of times the narcissist they're trying to recruit you, basically, you know. And I guess I'm just saying all this to say is, you know, you really have to try your best not to be recruited. It's almost like that movie, The Sinners, you guys. I'm pretty sure, has anybody seen Sinners? Excuse me. If you have seen Sinners, then you know that's what it was about. They was trying to recruit people and turn them, you know, like how they were. And it's just like, no, not over here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess, again, this is just a video just to stay strong, you guys, and to keep on your recovery journey, you know, and don't allow situations to change you for the worse. In fact, allow situations to change you for the better. You know, like you can hopefully you can learn lessons from things. And now, again, everyone's different, because when people deal with stuff, they have different interpretations of it, right? They have different ways in which they learn, or different lessons, I guess you would say. So, you know, hopefully, if you've been in a situation with a narcissist, hopefully it's allowed you to see it clearly and, you know, make sense of it. You know, and hopefully you can learn what not to do in your next relationship. And that kind of led me to what I was going to talk about. Again, the gentleman that reached out, I just wanted to, I don't know if he's watching, but letting him know, like, hey, hey, you're not a fraud or anything like that for, you know, wanting to move on to another relationship. But the thing about it is more so that, of course you have to take your time, Because a lot of times when people are like, hey, well, Joy, the narcissist moved on to someone else. Why do I feel like a fraud for wanting to move on? The thing is that you're not a fraud for moving on, but you want to be careful that you're not trying to move on like how the narcissist is to get back at the narcissist, or to make it seem like, oh, you're not the one that's at fault. Because of course the narcissist is going to point the finger at you and be like, hey, look, it was their fault. But in actuality, it was the narcissist. They were the one that was, they were doing all the little sneaky stuff behind the scenes, so that they were the ones that was trying to get you to react. They were the ones, you know, being mischievous and manipulative, right? So they were the ones that was doing all this stuff, but they have to get with someone else to make it seem otherwise. Or if it's another dynamic, as far as like, let's say it's a friend group type of dynamic and the narcissist is accusing you of doing something, so the narcissist has to do sneaky stuff behind the scenes to make it seem like you're the crazy one, because they have already painted you as the bad guy. So now they have to do stuff every day in order for you to look like it's your fault. But in actuality, the narcissist has been the one all along doing all the crazy stuff. And not everybody knows about stuff like this. Like sometimes when you try to explain stuff like this to people, they're like, what are you talking about? You know, so not everybody understands stuff like this. So that's why it's really important that you have to learn and you have to read. I know it's probably boring. Nobody wants to read. Nobody wants to learn or anything like that. But trust me, it's going to help you in the long end. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Like I said, I'm still out running my errands, y'all. But y'all hear the wait sign. But basically, but yeah, no, so I just told the gentleman, I'm like, hey, you know, the best way to not feel like, you know, you're at fault or anything like that is to take your time and to do the inner work. And sorry, y'all, I'm like running. So just take your time and don't worry about what the narcissist is doing. Don't try to get with someone because the narcissist is with someone, or, you know, the narcissist could be trying to make you jealous and do little stuff to like get to you. It's just like, let them do that. Like, it's, you know, like that's their karma. You get what I'm saying? So, but the thing about it is, excuse me. The thing about it is you need to take the time to, you know, focus on yourself. So that way, when it's time for you to be with someone else, you're not having thoughts about the narcissist or negative thoughts, or, you know, thoughts of anger or thoughts of bitterness, because that's what the narcissist does. Because as you see, they move on to the next person like within a blink of an eye, whether it's overnight, whether it's a week, or if that person was there the whole time. A lot of times, I think I mentioned this in the other video, when the narcissist goes to another person or another relationship, that person was there the whole time. You know, the narcissist, they have their ways, you know, especially when the narcissist feels like they can't manipulate you, or they can't control you, or, you know, you're standing up for yourself. The narcissist doesn't like someone to tell them the truth. They don't want a truth teller. No, because then the mask is going to come off, right? So the narcissist rather have somebody around that they can manipulate, someone that they can control, someone that's maybe a people pleaser, someone that is kind of like a pushover, basically. That the narcissist needs someone, in their mind, the narcissist needs someone that's weak, just like them, right? The narcissist can't be with anyone strong. You know why? Because the narcissist is not strong. So they need somebody that they can, a codependent person. That's what they need. So that's why I'm telling you guys, it's very important to work on the things you need to, so that way you don't attract another narcissist. Or if you find that you do attract another narcissist, you can recognize it ahead of time. So anyway, I hope that this video was helpful. Make sure that you guys do give this video a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.